there, if we need anything from the sun shining through, is confirmation that we're going to have a dry race day here at Hooton Park. Micromax, their final, is making their way out onto track. It's going to be James Roberts off pole position with Daniel Minto alongside. Alex Jones and Hasnan Khan are on row number 2 with Samuel Lowdy and Dax Farah on row number 3. Logan Lauder and Aston Brown share row 4 with Jack Baker and Harry Neeson completing the top 10 in front of Drew Davidson and Ella Lucia. Toby Duke starts in 13th place alongside Josh Hushka with Ellis Child and Caden Simpson on row 8. Jack Hutchinson and Logan Jones complete our 18-kart Micro Max grid. They're going to make their way round and into position. Let's see how we go here then in the Cadet and Junior Kart Championship. Through we go. I think we could have potentially have a roll round there, but we've got contact in the middle at Hasnan Khan facing the wrong way. We saw a few drivers with their arms off the steering wheel, but Khan's facing the wrong way into the first corner. That's Dax Farah as well. So I don't know whether there was a bit of confusion there. There was at least 2 drivers took their arms off the wheel, but it looks like we are away and racing in Micromax. At the front, Roberts has got a good run away in front of Daniel Minto. And then it looks like we could have Samuel Lowdy up running well. We'll confirm it when they come over the line. The timer at the top is good to go. So James Roberts will come through to take the lead at the end of the first lap. Minto, then Jones, Lowdy, Lauder, Neeson, Brown, Child, Lucia, Dukes and Hushka in front of Baker, Hutchinson. Then it's Jones, Caden Simpson, Hasnan Khan, who's dropped all the way down in that opening lap incident. Then Drew Davidson, I think, who was involved as well. And Dax Farah, who was the kart that was further down the straight, facing the wrong way as well. At the front, though, James Roberts, who's taken all the victories so far today. Oh, that's Jack Hutchinson facing the wrong way on the straight. We've got a yellow flag out as well. And we've also had a change for the lead as Daniel Minto comes through at the head of the field in front of James Roberts. So Minto leading the way. So the move by Toby Dukes trying to get past Ellis Child. After an intense opening corner, let alone opening lap here in Micromax, Minto and Roberts looked like they were moving away, but if you look in the background, the entire field is still with them. Aston Brown, the championship leader, has gone wide onto the grass. I'm not sure who, that's Harry Neeson as well, who has been sent off there. Aston Brown dropping all the way down the order then. That's going to drop him down outside, I think, the top 15 potentially, because everybody's running nose to tail. I think he could be down in 16th place for Aston Brown, with Jones and Daniel Minto still in the championship battle with them at the moment. Minto currently leading the way, although has missed 2 rounds, so has a drop score of 0, but then also has to count the second 0. Hasnan Khan sets the fastest lap of the race in 13th place as he has a quest to get back through. Then in the background, let's see, that's Aston Brown's 57. Let's see where he is. He's classified in 11th, which is a lot further up than I thought he would be after he'd bounced across the grass. It was Neeson in the background, the driver that spun. He's down in 16th place in front of Dax Farah, who had that opening lap spin the first 2 corners. Hutchinson's had a spin as well from 18th place. So there's no drivers really from outside the top 12 that haven't had issues in the opening opening few laps, as Baker gets down the inside of Ella Lucia. Then we've got Jos Hushka and Aston Brown on the back of that as well, as Brown takes the chunk of curb on the inside. As Logan Lauder goes down the inside and forces his way, is the only way to describe that, past Samuel Lowdy, and that's opened the door for Toby Dukes to come through as well, up into 5th place for Dukes. The top 3 Minto, Roberts and Jones as it stands. Then there's a gap back to Samuel Lowdy in 4th place now, who's come through and moves up with Toby Jukes into 4th and 5th respectively. Then Samuel Lowdy is in 6th place, though we've not had an update on the timing, certainly on the screen or on the Alpha on live timing as well, but it is definitely Lauder up into 4th place now. And Jukes as well. We'll see them come into shot now. There's Lauder and Jukes, the two drivers in the white helmet. Then it's Lowdy with the blue helmet behind as they make their way up and through an over start finish. We have had a pickup now on timing, and it is correctly classifying at 7 laps, so we did have a missed lap, so to speak, because it only classified to 5 and then jumped to 7 the next time they came round. So it is Minto leading from Roberts and Jones. That is your top 3, unless anything untoward's happened, or unless Logan Lauder and Toby Jukes and Samuel Lowdy, for that matter, can close in. There's a move down the inside. Is that Toby Jukes trying to get alongside Logan Lauder into the S's? I think it is. But Logan Lauder holds on. And certainly, if they're battling like that, they're not going to close in on the battle for the front, as Jukes then does indeed get down the inside of Logan Lauder. Lauder gets the cut back, but Jukes is through and up into 4th place. From 13th on the grid, Toby Jukes is up into P4. Could potentially have enough time to close in on this battle in front, albeit there is a 2.5 seconds to Alex Jones in 3rd place. And Jukes now just needs to hold on for a lap or so and then maybe start trying to pull away, and hope as well that Lauder pushes him along, although Lauder gets a good run out of the final corner and they come through almost side by side, although Lauder does have to slot back in. The top 3 on camera. Hasnan Khan, fastest lap of the race once again, down in 12th place as he continues his quest to try and get somewhere near the top 10, although there is a bit more field spread than we were expecting in junior in Micromax. Jukes is to the inside again, Lauder on the outside as Lauder tries to get the cut back, and then Toby Jukes slides very, very wide over the curbs. Should be safe enough in the corner, but Logan Lauder is through, carrying a lot more speed after Jukes makes the error, and Samuel Lowdy could well come through as well. He is on the inside, although Jukes would have got a better exit out the corner, but track position all important. Jukes chops right across the bows of Samuel Lowdy. A great move there to hold on to 5th place. But the top 3 have been given this one by the fact that Lauder and Jukes and Lowdy are battling it out over 4th place. Behind them, Jack Baker running well in 7th in front of Ellis Child. There's a move once again by Toby Jukes down the inside of Logan Lauder into that double left. He is back up into 4th place. The lead battle in front of this one, or some 3 seconds further down the road, is split by only 0.4 seconds. Now Lowdy gets to the inside of Logan Lauder and he's through up into 5th place. This is the lead battle I was talking about a few moments ago, being split by 0.4 seconds with Minto, Roberts and Jones all nose to tail. Minto in the Hunter Motorsport kart, leading the 2 Soddy Academy karts behind. And Roberts and Jones nose to tail as they come over start finish to commence lap number 12. I think we're going to get 16 or 17 for this final, with Minto currently holding firm at the front. So far, Roberts has not had an answer for Daniel Minto since Minto managed to make his way through in the early part of this race. Roberts, who so far today is unbeaten, taking a maximum points haul of 105 into the heats with 3 heat victories at 35 points apiece, putting him on this pole position by a decent margin as well. And let's see whether Ellis Child has a spin. That's going to drop him out of what was a very creditable 7th place. He rejoins in 11th in front of Ella Lucia, the 25 kart with the pink helmet. The top 3, though, still pulling away from Toby Duke, Samuel Lowdy and Logan Lauder, as Drew Davidson, Ella Lucia, Ellis Child now, and then the 73 of Logan Jones, Caden Simpson and Harry Neeson are all running nose to tail in the middle part of the track. Lucia has been overtaken there by Ellis Child, forces his way through at the S's. And then Neeson now is going to try and get down the inside of Logan Jones into the first corner. Jones has too much though. He slots back into 15th place in front of Caden Simpson. Davidson now has been able to break away from this battle. So Neeson gets a decent run. Not as good as the one that Simpson's got, and he has to take evasive action and move out of the way. As Hasnan Khan bounces over the curbs as he tries to get past the 57 of Aston Brown. He's currently in 9th place. Brown in 8th in front. Then they've got Jos Hushka as well behind them. That's this is the tail end of the top 10. Minute and a half remaining in this Micro Max final. Minto, Robertson, Jones still the top 3, 3/10 between them, as Aston Brown gets a good run out of the final corner, gets alongside Jack Baker, and Baker could just be hung out here on the outside. Hasnan Khan gets through as well, and Jack Baker, unfortunately for him, loses 2 places. Now Khan is going to try and get down the inside of Aston Brown into turn 3 and does so. Hasnan Khan then making some steady progress since that opening lap spin across the grass, and possibly one that could have been for Hasnan Khan. So for getting on the podium here, if it wasn't for that excursion, he dropped some 7 seconds or so, and he's currently only 7.8 seconds off the lead as he now makes the move down the inside of the 33 of Logan Lauder. Lauder then gets a tap from Aston Brown as he has to take a slightly different line, and Hasnan Khan has moved right up now inside the top 6. Lauder will go defensive. He's on Aston Brown. He's dropped away off the Toby Dukes, Samuel Lowdy battle earlier on. This is the battle between those 2 drivers with Dukes and Lowdy. Lowdy's going to try and get to the inside as they head towards the S's, but can't get through. Last lap at board out then for your race leader, Daniel Minto, as James Roberts puts in his fastest lap of the race in 2nd place, with Jones behind. So we head down towards turn 3 for the final time then for Daniel Minto. Is there anything that James Roberts can do? He's not going to be closest enough into this double left. It's going to be a do or die move into the final corner. Got to get the chicanes right though for James Roberts. Can't get alongside. Will need a good drive out the corner if there's anything he can do about Daniel Minto. Minto comes through to take victory in Micromax from James Roberts and Alex Jones, your top 3. Toby Dukes will come through for P4 in front of Samuel Lowdy. Hasnan Khan will get 6th place, with Aston Brown, Logan Lauder, Jack Baker and Jos Hushka completing the top 10, with Drew Davidson in 11th place. Neeson up to 12th on the final lap in front of Child and Lucia. Simpson, Jones, Farah and Hutchinson complete your runners.